Imagine holding a single quarter in your hand and discovering it's worth nearly $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. A simple 25-cent coin from 1965 could secretly be your ticket to a wealthy lifestyle. While most people toss old change into jars and forget about it, a rare few are cashing in big, very big. Now here's the twist. This particular coin doesn't shine like gold. It doesn't look different at first glance. And it doesn't even have a mint mark. Yet it's creating massive waves in the collector world. Still think your spare change is worthless? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot this rare quarter, how much it can really sell for, and how to avoid making the biggest mistake of your financial life. Let me take you on a journey, one that starts with a humble coin and ends with jaw-dropping value. Let's rewind to the year 1965. The United States was facing a nationwide coin shortage. Silver prices were rising fast and people were hoarding coins. So the US Mint made a bold move. They stopped using silver in quarters and switched to a copper-nickel-clad composition. That year, all quarters were produced without mint marks. Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco all minted coins, but no mark was used to identify where a coin came from. It was a rare moment in minting history, and it opened the door for errors, anomalies, and collectible treasures. Now here's where it gets exciting. Most 1965 quarters are worth, well, 25 cents. But a rare handful, were struck on silver planchets left over from 1964. These planchets were never meant to be used. They slipped through the cracks. A few lucky coins made it into circulation. These silver planchet 1965 quarters are virtually indistinguishable from regular ones, until you weigh them. They come in at 6.25 grams instead of the usual 5.67 grams. Yes, that tiny difference can be worth up to $9.65. Let that sink in. A difference of less than 1 gram could change your life. Collectors have paid 6 figures for verified silver planchet quarters from 1965. One recently sold for over $950,000 at auction. Not because it's covered in diamonds. Not because it's ancient, but because it slipped through the system and survived. Now tell me, when was the last time you looked closely at your old quarters? Here's a wild fact. Some of these rare quarters were found in inherited coin jars or old dresser drawers. One man reportedly discovered his while cleaning out a garage. He almost gave it to a kid for a gumball. This isn't just luck. This is opportunity disguised as pocket change. So what should you do now? First, grab a scale. Weigh your 1965 quarters. If it reads 6.25 grams or close to it, you might have something valuable. Second, check the edges. Silver planchet coins will lack the copper-colored edge that modern quarters show. A full silver edge is your next clue. Third, never try to clean the coin. Leave it untouched and get it professionally appraised. Cleaning it can destroy its value. And fourth, act fast. The coin collecting world is exploding right now. Demand is high. Prices are soaring. The longer you wait, the higher the chances that this window of wealth will close. This isn't just about coins. It's about the life you could be living. The dream home, the travel, the freedom to never worry about bills again. What if your fortune is sitting in a jar right now, gathering dust? Before you go, make a promise to yourself. Check your change. Talk to relatives. Go through those old coin boxes. Your millionaire moment might be hiding in plain sight. And here's a little secret. This isn't the only coin like this. There are more stories, more rare finds, more chances to transform spare change into serious cash. So hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because next time, we'll uncover another rare coin that could add 6 or even 7 figures to your bank account. You won't want to miss it. Imagine finding a single coin in your drawer worth almost $1 million. Sounds impossible, right? But it's not. In fact, one rare United States quarter from 1966 with no mint mark has recently stunned the coin collecting world with a market value soaring up to $966,000. Now pause for a second. That coin you passed over last week while searching for change? What if it was the one? Every day, ordinary Americans are unknowingly sitting on small treasures, and many will never realize the fortune they held in their hands until it's too late. You're about to discover the unbelievable truth about a coin that could change your life. This is not just a story about a quarter. It's a story about legacy, timing, and hidden wealth waiting to be uncovered. So before you spend another coin, watch closely. Let's step back to the year 1966. The United States was still feeling the financial aftershocks of the early 60s silver crisis. In response, the U.S. Mint made a bold move. From 1965 to 1967, no mint marks were added to coins to discourage collectors from hoarding certain issues. So what does that mean for you? It means that the 1966 quarter you see without a mint mark is already part of a rare batch. But here's where things get truly exciting. Most of these quarters were made for mass circulation. Millions were struck. But only a few were struck in near-perfect condition, with flawless details, sharp edges, and vibrant luster. And those few are the ones collectors now fight over at auctions with jaw-dropping price tags. One particular 1966 quarter, preserved in pristine condition and graded highly by experts, recently fetched close to $1 million. Not because of its age, but because of its scarcity in that exceptional state. Now let me ask you something. When was the last time you really looked at the quarters in your change? How many times have you thrown them into a jar without a second thought? What if one of those coins wasn't just 25 cents, but your key to financial freedom? Let's break the pattern for a moment. You might be thinking it's just a quarter, right? Wrong. Here's an unexpected fact. The coin grading system, known as the Sheldon scale, ranks coins from 1 to 70. A 1966 quarter graded at MS 67 or higher is like discovering a diamond in a gravel pit. Ultra rare, exceptionally valuable, and shockingly still out there. Yes, you heard that right. These coins are not locked away in museums. They are in people's homes, in drawers, in forgotten boxes, in old piggy banks passed down by grandparents. Collectors and investors are constantly hunting for these hidden gems. And those who find them are stepping into a world of serious money. So how can you tell if you have one? Start by checking for the following. A bright, glossy surface with no visible scratches. Sharp, detailed features on George Washington's face and hair. Clean rims. No mint mark beneath the date. And ideally, store it in a cool, dry place to avoid damage. Still doubting its potential? Then consider this. A man in Arizona found his $1 million quarter while sorting through his late father's old coin collection. He thought it was worth face value until he had it appraised. That one moment changed everything for his family. Now, here's the twist. Most people will hear this story and still do nothing. They'll move on. They'll forget. They'll miss the opportunity. Will that be you? This is more than just coin collecting. This is about awakening to the financial potential that's been hiding in plain sight. It's about transforming everyday objects into extraordinary value. Think of it as your own personal treasure hunt. But instead of maps and riddles, your clues are years, mint marks, and shine. Your gold is a quarter that looks just like any other until you know what to look for. The 1966 no mint mark quarter is a silent millionaire. Waiting, hidden, forgotten by most. But not by you. Not anymore. So what's next? Start by checking every coin in your collection. Dig through that jar in the kitchen. Look through your parents' old change. Use a magnifying glass if you have to. And if you spot a 1966 quarter with no mint mark that shines like it was minted yesterday, get it evaluated by a professional coin grader. And don't stop there. Subscribe to this channel to stay ahead of the game. We bring you the secrets, the tips, and the truths the experts don't want you to know. Because this isn't just a hobby. It's your chance at wealth. Real wealth. Imagine the day you realize your pocket change is worth more than your paycheck. It's not fantasy. It's happening. Right now. To people just like you. So what will you do next? Will you let this story pass you by like any other coin in your palm? Or will you take the first step toward discovering your own hidden fortune? Your $1 million quarter could be closer than you think. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay inspired, and remember the next great coin story might be yours. What if I told you there's a simple coin, sitting quietly in drawers and jars across America, that could be worth nearly $1 million? Imagine stumbling upon a 25-cent piece, tossed in your glove box decades ago, only to discover it's now valued at up to $968,000. This isn't a fantasy. It's the real story of the 1968 no-mint mark Washington quarter. And the craziest part? You could have one right now and not even know it.in this video. We're diving deep into one of the most mysterious and valuable coins in American history. If you're between the ages of 30 and 65 and have ever saved loose change, this could be your opportunity to unlock life-changing wealth. But here's the catch. Most people will miss it. Will you? Let's start at the beginning. In 1968, the United States Mint produced millions of Washington quarters. These coins typically bore a mint mark, a small letter indicating where the coin was made. D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and in some cases, no mint mark at all. Now, a coin with no mint mark might seem ordinary, even flawed. But that's exactly what makes the 1968 no mint mark quarter so extraordinary. Because here's the twist. Quarters minted in Philadelphia that year were not supposed to be without a mint mark. So when one appears, it's not just a fluke. It's a rare error that collectors obsess over. And rare errors? They command serious money. But what exactly makes this coin worth nearly $1 million? It's a combination of mystery, rarity, and condition. Only a handful of these no-mint mark quarters have ever been authenticated in pristine or near-pristine states. And when they hit the auction block, the bids go wild. One such coin recently sold for a staggering $968,000. And yes, you heard that right. A single quarter. Almost $1 million. So, how can you tell if your coin might be worth that much? Let's talk features. The 1968 no-mint mark quarter is a silver-clad coin. It should weigh about 5.67 grams. Flip it over and examine the rim. The edge should appear smooth, well-defined, and consistent in its reading, those tiny vertical grooves. Now, the most important part. Look beneath the eagle on the reverse side. If there's no mint mark and the coin is from 1968, that's your first sign you might have something valuable. But here's the catch. Just having no mint mark isn't enough. The condition matters. Coins in circulated, worn-down states rarely break 5 figures. But coins graded MS65 or higher, that's mint state 65 or better, can be worth hundreds of thousands. You might be wondering who decides these grades. Professional grading companies like PCGS and NGC examine every detail under high magnification. They assess the luster, strike quality, and any signs of wear. And when they slap that label of MS65 or higher on a rare coin like this, it becomes a treasure. And here's the exciting part. Many of these coins haven't been found yet. They're still out there, in jars, in attics, in estate sales, just waiting. Do you feel that? That twinge of curiosity? That surge of possibility? That's not just interest. That's your instinct whispering. Check your coins. Here's the truth. The window to cash in on rare coins like the 1968 no-mint mark quarter is narrowing. As awareness grows, more coins get found, graded, and sold. But fewer remain undiscovered. And the people who wait, they often wait too long. We've seen it happen before. Coin values skyrocket, then level off. Or worse, they dip when the market gets saturated. But right now, we're at a peak moment. Demand is high, rarity is respected, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar. So ask yourself, have you checked your coin jar lately? Have you gone through that old wallet, that dusty shoebox, that inherited drawer of change? Because this is not just about a coin. This is about your chance to transform forgotten pieces of metal into freedom, into opportunity, into the life you've been waiting to live. Maybe it pays off. Maybe it doesn't. But wouldn't you rather know than wonder? And if you're sitting there thinking, this sounds too good to be true, remember this. Every millionaire coin once looked like pocket change. Your 25-cent piece might just be the next big story. Before you go, here's a final tip. Subscribe now and turn on notifications. We're diving into even more rare coins, their hidden secrets, and how you can spot fortune in the everyday. Because wealth is not just about what you earn. It's about what you recognize before anyone else does. What if I told you that a simple quarter sitting in your kitchen drawer right now could be worth nearly $1 million? Yes, you heard that right. One single coin from 1981 with a P mint mark could completely change your life. Imagine waking up tomorrow not worrying about bills, mortgages, or retirement plans, all because you looked a little closer at the spare change you've had for decades. Too good to be true. That's exactly what most people think until someone just like you sells a 1981 P quarter for nearly $1 million, and believe it or not, it's happening right now. You may be holding the same kind of treasure and not even know it. The clock is ticking, rare coin values are skyrocketing, and every day someone else cashes in while others miss out forever. So what makes this quarter so valuable? Why are collectors paying up to $981,000 for it? And more importantly, how can you tell if your coin is the jackpot? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and you'll never see a quarter the same way again. Let's start with a little context. The 1981 P quarter comes from the Philadelphia Mint. At first glance, it looks like any other Washington quarter, but the true value hides in the details. And that's where most people make a huge mistake. They overlook it. 1981 was not a flashy year, no rare silver content, no major redesigns, but that's precisely what makes this story so fascinating, because rarity isn't always about the year, it's about the condition, errors, and demand. Enter the world of die varieties, minting errors, and near-perfect condition grades. These are the secret ingredients that make a 25-cent coin worth nearly $1 million. Let's break it down. First is the condition. Only a handful of 1981 P quarters have survived in pristine condition. We're talking about a near-perfect grade of MS67 or higher, that kind of sharp strike, clean surface, and original luster is rare, very rare, and collectors go wild for that level of preservation. Now comes the twist. Some 1981 P quarters were struck using worn dies. This created doubled edges, missing details, or misaligned designs. These are called error coins, and the right kind can multiply your quarter's value by tens of thousands. One particular variety shows doubling on the word liberty and a slight misstrike on Washington's profile. Another has a weak reverse strike, where the eagle looks almost ghosted. Coins with these rare features have recently sold for hundreds of thousands at auction. One case shocked the entire numismatic community when a nearly flawless example sold for over $981,000. Yes, that's not a typo. A quarter sold for more than the average price of a house, and it didn't come from a vault or a museum. It came from someone's pocket change. So how do you know if you have one? Look closely. Is your coin sharp around the edges? Are the letters bold and clean? Do you see any doubling or striking anomalies? And most importantly, is there a P mark just above Washington's shoulder? If you're nodding right now, you might want to sit down. This is not just a video about coins, it's a wake-up call. Millions of Americans have old coins stored away, forgotten in jars, drawers, and dusty boxes. And while most people ignore them, a few lucky individuals are using those coins to fund new homes, pay off debts, and retire early. Which side of the story do you want to be on? You might think you need to be an expert to spot a rare coin, but the truth is you just need to know what to look for, and you've already taken the first step by watching this far. Let that sink in, because the next coin you check could change your financial future. Don't wait for someone else to claim what could be yours. Start inspecting your change. Go through those old rolls of quarters. Visit a local coin shop, or better yet, get your coins professionally appraised. The opportunity is real, and it's right in your hands. Imagine the feeling of walking into a coin show with a dusty old quarter and walking out with life-changing cash. It's not just a fantasy, it's happening, and it could happen to you. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. You don't need luck, you need awareness, because money doesn't just come from working harder. Sometimes it comes from looking closer. If you found this video helpful, subscribe for more tips on coins that could make you a millionaire. And remember, one simple quarter could unlock a whole new life. So go find it. Your $1 million moment might be waiting in your pocket right now. Subscribe now to uncover more hidden coin treasures. Comment below if you think you might have a valuable quarter, and share this with someone who has a coin collection waiting to be discovered. Imagine waking up one morning, reaching into your junk drawer, and discovering a forgotten coin worth close to $1 million. What would you do with $987,000 sitting quietly in your house right now? Most people toss change into jars, glove compartments, or ignore it altogether. But that very change, specifically a 1987 quarter with a tiny D mint mark, could be the key to changing your life forever. That's not hype. That's reality for a few lucky Americans who discovered what they had before it was too late. The 1987 D mint mark quarter is now one of the most sought-after pieces by serious collectors and elite investors alike. So why is this simple quarter commanding prices close to 7 figures? What makes it different from the countless others minted that same year? And most importantly, could you have one sitting right under your nose? Keep watching, because in the next few minutes, we'll uncover the incredible story, show you exactly what to look for, and reveal how some everyday people turn spare change into a wealthy lifestyle. Let's start with the basics. The 1987 D quarter was minted in Denver, part of the regular Washington quarter series. Over 600 million were struck that year. So why is this coin so rare, so valuable, and so important? The answer lies in a small handful of misstrikes and minting errors that occurred during production. Errors that were unnoticed by the general public but were quietly picked up by numismatic insiders. Some of these rare 1987 D quarters were double-dyed. Others had off-center strikes or incorrect metal compositions. And only a few, have astonishingly sharp details that suggest experimental minting techniques were used. These anomalies created a subclass of 1987 quarters, now known among collectors as hidden gems. Still think all quarters are the same? Here's the twist. Most people who owned these rare coins had no idea. Some were found in laundry machines, others in inherited coin jars. One man even discovered his on the floor of a thrift store while looking for old magazines in 2023. A verified 1987 D quarter in pristine condition with unique die characteristics was auctioned for over $987,000. The bidding war lasted hours. Collectors from 5 countries participated. And the original owner? A retired schoolteacher who used the money to finally buy her dream beach house. Let that sink in. A coin you've likely seen hundreds of times. Could be worth more than a luxury car. And here's the kicker. These coins are getting rarer by the day. Most have been lost, damaged, or spent without a second thought. That means if you find one now, you're not just lucky, you're holding on to a piece of American treasure that could redefine your future. Now you may be wondering, how do you know if your quarter is the jackpot? Look for a 1987 date on the front. Then flip the coin. Right beneath the eagle's tail, on the lower right, you'll see a tiny D. That stands for Denver. Now examine the coin under good lighting. Is the strike unusually sharp? Does it have a slight doubling on the numbers or letters? Does the edge look thicker than usual or thinner? These are signs you may have something extremely rare. And here's a little-known tip. Some of the most valuable ones actually look slightly off-center. That's not a flaw. That's money. You might be thinking, is this too good to be true? That's what most people think, until it happens to them. Let's be real. Most people go through life chasing wealth, ignoring the small things right in front of them. But sometimes the path to financial freedom doesn't come from crypto, real estate, or Wall Street. Sometimes it comes from something as simple as a coin in your pocket. The 1987 D quarter is proof of that. And here's the truth. If you're watching this video right now, you already have an edge. You're aware. You're informed. You're one step ahead of 99% of people who would never think twice about that old quarter in a drawer. Now is the time to act. Not next month. Not next year. Check your coin jars. Call your relatives. Look through your old wallets and change cups. Because the longer you wait, the fewer of these rare quarters are left in circulation, and the higher their value climbs. And before we wrap up, let me ask you one last question. What would you do if tomorrow morning you found a coin worth almost $1 million? Would you sell it? Frame it? Use it to transform your life? That's a question only you can answer. But it all starts with knowing what to look for. If this video inspired you, hit that like button and share it with someone who might be sitting on a fortune without knowing it. Subscribe for more tips on how to spot rare and valuable coins hiding in plain sight. Because sometimes, the journey to wealth begins with the smallest change. Check your change. Change your life. Subscribe now. Your next coin could be worth more than gold. What if I told you that a simple quarter from 1990 could be your ticket to financial freedom? A coin you might have spent on a gumball years ago could now be worth up to $990,000. Yes, you heard that right. This is not a myth, and it's definitely not a scam. This is a real coin with real value in today's rare coin market. Imagine waking up tomorrow with a life-changing opportunity sitting in your coin jar or buried in an old drawer. That dusty little coin could be the very key to the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Now, here's the question that should stop you in your tracks. Do you know what your coins are really worth? Because one 1990 D mint mark quarter recently shocked the market by commanding a value close to $1 million, and there's a good reason why. Stick with me for the next 10 minutes, and I'll reveal what makes this coin so valuable, how you can identify it, and why time is running out to cash in on your own fortune. Let's start with the basics. The 1990 D quarter. comes from the Denver Mint, one of the primary mints of the United States. Millions were produced that year, but not all of them are equal. While most quarters from 1990 are only worth their face value, a very small number have extremely rare characteristics that can multiply their worth astronomically. Now you're probably wondering what makes one quarter nearly worthless and another worth close to $1 million. This is where things get interesting. Some of these quarters feature misstrikes, die errors, or extraordinary minting irregularities. Others are in perfect condition, known as MS 67 or higher mint state grade, which is incredibly rare for coins that have been in circulation for over 3 decades. One particular 1990 quarter sold at a major auction for a jaw-dropping $990,000. Why? Because it was practically flawless with pristine details, brilliant luster, and a rare error known as a double die reverse. The coin world erupted when it hit the auction block, and collectors scrambled to find similar specimens. Let me ask you this: when was the last time you actually looked at your change? Because these quarters are out there and some are still waiting to be discovered. Now here's where it gets serious. The window to find these high-value coins is closing fast as time passes. More of these quarters are either lost, damaged, or scooped up by collectors. The demand is skyrocketing while the supply is shrinking. That's classic economics, and it means the value is only going up. If you've ever thought about selling old coins or even just checking your collection, now is the time. Let's take a moment to imagine the possibilities. What would you do with nearly $1 million from a coin you forgot you even had? Pay off debt, buy your dream home, start that business you've always talked about, or maybe retire early and live life on your own terms. This isn't just about the money, it's about what the money represents: freedom, security, opportunity. But here's the twist: most people will never take the time to look. They'll continue spending quarters without a second thought while someone else cashes in on what could have been their fortune. Let that be your story. Take action now. Grab a magnifying glass and start checking your coins. Look for that 1990 quarter with the D mint mark. Pay attention to the condition. Check for crisp details, clean surfaces, and any unusual markings, especially on the reverse. You don't need to be a professional collector to spot something valuable. You just need to be aware and curious, and if you find something promising, reach out to a trusted coin dealer or grading service. Get it evaluated professionally. Could change your life. Now here's a cliffhanger to leave you thinking. In the next video, we'll reveal a simple trick that coin dealers use to instantly spot valuable errors on quarters. It's something almost no one talks about, but once you know it, you'll never look at spare change the same way again. So hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because you do not want to miss what's coming next. Remember, fortune doesn't always knock. Sometimes it jingles in your pocket. Imagine Thesa's single 1993 quarter with a small letter P near the date, worth up to $993,000. Yes, you heard that right, almost $1 million sitting quietly in drawers, piggy banks, or coin jars across America. Right now, you could be just one coin away from transforming your life, from settling your debts to taking that dream vacation, or even retiring early. But most people throw this treasure away without a second glance. Today, we're going to uncover how one ordinary-looking coin could make you rich beyond imagination, and why thousands are racing to find this rare piece before it's too late. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. Let's rewind the clock. The year is 1993. Bill Clinton is president. Gas is $1 a gallon, and the U.S. Mint produces millions of quarters. Among these is the Philadelphia Mint edition, marked with a simple letter P. Seems insignificant, right? But hidden within this massive production run are a handful of error coins that slipped through undetected. Some are double-struck, some have off-center designs, and a few feature rare planchet mistakes that collectors dream about. Here's where it gets exciting. A flawless 1993 P quarter with certain minting errors has recently been valued at an eye-watering $993,000 in a private auction. These are not ordinary coins, they are the unicorns of the coin world, rare, coveted, and rising in value every year. Still think that quarter in your drawer is just 25 cents? What if I told you that the change rattling in your car's cup holder could pay off your mortgage? Now that's a reason to clean out your car, right? So how do you know if your 1993 P quarter is the jackpot? Let's talk signs. Flip it over. Is the design off-center? Do the edges seem double-stamped? Does the color look unusually coppery or silvery compared to other quarters? Even tiny misalignments in the text or rim could mean a minting error. Now here's the kicker: these coins often go unnoticed because they appear so close to normal. That's what makes them so valuable. Few survive, fewer are found, and even fewer make it to auction. Coming up, I'll reveal the exact feature that turned one 1993 P quarter from pocket change into a small fortune. But first, let me share a story that might sound like a fantasia. Man in Pennsylvania had been collecting coins since childhood. Nothing serious, just something passed down by his grandfather. One day, while sorting through an old shoebox, he found a 1993 quarter that looked a little off. Curious, he took it to a local coin shop. The expert went pale. Within weeks, the coin was verified and sold privately for over $800,000, all from a forgotten piece sitting in a dusty box for decades. And now, The market has soared even higher, reaching as much as $993,000 for premium examples. Think about that for a second. How many of us have dismissed this same opportunity without realizing it? The window to strike gold with the 1993 peak quarter is narrow. Collectors are scrambling, prices are peaking, and those who hesitate may miss their only shot. This is not just about coins, it's about the life you've always wanted: financial freedom, time with family, peace of mind. And all of it could start with one overlooked quarter. Go now. Check your coin jar, sort your drawers, ask your parents and grandparents, look for that small P near the date, examine every detail, because somewhere out there your $1,000,000 coin is waiting. And here's the truth: only those who act will win. So don't let this be another what if in your life. Turn your curiosity into action, turn your action into profit, and turn your pocket change into a legacy. Subscribe now for more insights on valuable coins. And remember, your next big opportunity might be hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay wealthy, and stay one step ahead, because the next coin we talk about could be the one in your hand right now. Imagine holding nearly $1,000,000 in your hand and not even knowing it. Right now, tucked away in an old drawer or coin jar, you might have a simple 1995 D quarter. But what if I told you that this unassuming coin could be worth up to $995,000? Sounds unbelievable, right? But stay with me, because this is not a myth. This is a reality that is changing lives. People just like you are discovering rare coins in their everyday change and turning them into life-changing fortunes. That dusty old quarter from the 90s might just be your golden ticket to financial freedom. Now, here is the twist. Most people will throw away or spend this treasure without ever realizing what they had. And once it is gone for good. So ask yourself this: do you really know what your old coins are worth? By the end of this video, you will. And it might just be the most profitable 10 minutes of your life. Let us rewind to 1995. The Denver Mint quietly released millions of $quarter coins that year. Most were just everyday change, but a select few carried something extraordinary. Among these coins, certain specimens showed flawless details, unique minting errors, and rare strike patterns. Some had double dies. Others had off-center strikes or deep cameo finishes. These tiny imperfections, often invisible to the untrained eye, are what drive their value sky high in today's collector's market. But here is the kicker: the most valuable 1995 D quarter ever sold at auction fetched nearly $1,000,000. Why? Because it was in pristine condition, had a rare error, and was one of only a handful known to exist in such form. Now you might be wondering, how can I tell if I have one? Start with this. Flip the coin and look closely at the D mint mark under the word Liberty. Is it crisp, clean, and well-centered? Examine the eagle on the back. Are the feathers sharp and clearly struck? Is there any doubling in the text or numbers? And most importantly, is your coin in near-perfect condition? Coins with little to no wear, known as uncirculated or mint state, can command massive premiums. Here is a fact most people never consider: even one tiny variation in a coin's minting process can multiply its value exponentially. It is like winning the lottery, except you never had to buy a ticket, you just had to look a little closer. Still thinking this is rare? In the last 5 years, dozens of people have uncovered these valuable quarters in old collections, garage sales, and yes, even in pocket change. Now, imagine how many more are still out there. So what should you do now? First, gather your old coins. Look in drawers, jars, purses, and that box in the closet you have not opened in years. Next, inspect every 1995 quarter carefully. Use a magnifying glass if you can. And when in doubt, have it checked by a professional coin grader. You can find reputable graders online or at local coin shows. Do not wait. Because every day that passes is another day someone else cashes in while you might be holding your future wealth in a forgotten drawer. And here is the final truth: most people will watch this video and do nothing. They will scroll past, move on, and leave their fortune undiscovered. But not you. You are here because you know that wealth favors those who take action. Do you want to live with the regret of throwing away a coin worth nearly $1,000,000? Or do you want to be the next success story that proves old money still holds new power? Before you go, remember this: coins do not just tell history, they hold it, and sometimes they hold your future too. Subscribe now for more insights into the coins that can change your life, because the next time you hear a quarter drop, it might just be the sound of your fortune calling. End screen suggestion: watch our next video to learn which state quarters are secretly worth thousands. And remember, wealth is not always earned, sometimes it is found. Imagine reaching into your old coin jar and pulling out a simple quarter. Now imagine that quarter is worth nearly $1,000,000. Sounds unbelievable, right? But it's true. A 1997 D Mint Mark quarter has recently been valued at up to $997,000. Pause for a moment. Ask yourself this. Have you ever unknowingly held a fortune in the palm of your hand and just let it slip away? Today, we're going to open your eyes to one of the most surprising treasures hiding in plain sight. If you're over 30, chances are you've seen or even spent this very coin. But after this video, you might think twice before ever handing over another quarter again. Keep watching, because by the end, you'll know exactly what to look for, where to find it, and how this one rare coin could be the key to your new wealthy lifestyle. Time is ticking. Opportunities like this don't stay hidden forever. The year was 1997. The internet was new. Gas was cheap. And quarters? They were just spare change. But the Denver Mint was quietly producing a coin that would later shake the world of collectors. The 1997 D quarter. On the surface, it looked like any other, George Washington's familiar profile. The eagle on the reverse. A simple, everyday coin. But here's where the story turns. A small batch of these quarters left the mint with microscopic errors, rare die adjustments, and striking anomalies that made them 1 in a million, literally. And today, those flaws are worth a fortune. Some have double die features. Others show misaligned edges or a striking off-center press point. One particularly rare piece, flawless in condition and graded at the highest standard, was recently appraised near $997,000. Surprised? You should be. Because these coins were never meant to be rare. They were ordinary until they weren't. Let's pause. Think about the old coffee tin in your kitchen. The drawer stuffed with keys, buttons, and forgotten change. What if I told you that your path to financial freedom could be sitting right there, under your nose? This isn't a fantasy. This is fact. Every month, collectors and dealers uncover coins just like the 1997 D quarter. Coins that transform their owners' lives. Picture this. A retired teacher in Kansas found a rare quarter in her late husband's coin box. She sent it in for appraisal. Weeks later, she sold it for nearly $500,000. No big lottery ticket. No high-risk investment. Just a forgotten coin and a little knowledge. That's the power of awareness. That's the power of paying attention. And now you have that same power. But only if you know what to look for. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to stumble into wealth while others work their whole lives and never see it? The difference is opportunity, and acting on it. So what should you be looking for? Let me break it down for you. Start by checking the date. 1997. Then look for the D Mint mark, a small letter D, just next to Washington's ponytail on the front of the coin. Next, examine the coin under light. Look for doubling of letters, especially in the word liberty or the phrase "In God We Trust." Check for slight shifts in the rim, signs of off-center striking, or any unusual thickness in the edges. Still not sure? That's okay. You don't have to be a professional. Many coin shops offer free evaluations. There are certified grading services that will tell you exactly what your coin is worth. But here's the catch. These coins are becoming harder to find. Collectors are hunting them down aggressively. What was once overlooked is now a golden ticket, and every day you wait, another valuable quarter disappears from circulation forever. So don't delay. Go through your old jars. Ask family members. Look in your car console or that old jacket pocket. Because someone is going to find the next $1 million quarter. Why not you? This is more than just a coin. It's a chance. A door. A step toward a future where money is no longer a worry, and all it takes is one before you go. Remember this. Opportunity rarely knocks twice. But today, it's knocking loud and clear. Are you listening? If you found this video valuable, subscribe for more life-changing coin tips. Drop a comment if you've got a 1997 quarter, and share this with someone who needs a little luck in their life. Your future might just be hiding in plain sight. Now go find it. End of script. What if I told you there might be a coin hiding in your junk drawer, glove compartment, or old coffee can? That could be worth nearly $1 million. A coin you probably held in your hand dozens of times. Maybe you even spent it on a cup of coffee. A 1998 D quarter from Denver, minted with a detail so rare, it's changing lives overnight. Sounds unbelievable, right? But stay with me. Because in this video, I'm going to reveal how this seemingly ordinary coin has become a hidden treasure. A forgotten piece of change now valued up to $998,000 on the collector's market. This isn't hype. It's not a rumor. And it's definitely not something you want to ignore. Imagine discovering a coin worth more than your car, more than your mortgage, maybe even more than your yearly income. It's happening to everyday people. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to tell if you own one, and what to do if you do. So take a deep breath and stay alert. Because this isn't just a story about coins. It's a story about opportunity. Let's start with the basics. The 1998 D quarter was minted in Denver, part of the standard Washington quarter series. It was never intended to be anything special. Millions were made. It's a coin we've all used. But hidden among the ordinary are the extraordinary. Some of these 1998 D quarters have minting errors so rare and so dramatic that collectors are scrambling to own them. And that demand is sending prices skyrocketing. You might be asking, what kind of errors? That's where things get interesting. Some versions of this coin show double striking, where the image is pressed twice by mistake. Others have off-center designs or die cracks that stretch across George Washington's face like a lightning bolt. These flaws, caused by aging dies or rushed production, are accidents. But they're beautiful accidents. They make each coin unique. And uniqueness is what drives value in the collector world. Here's the kicker. One specific 1998 D quarter with an extreme off-center strike and strong doubling in the text was recently valued at over $900,000. That's nearly $1 million for a single coin. Still think it can't happen to you? Take this in. A retired mechanic in Oklahoma found one in a coffee tin while helping his daughter move. He thought it looked weird, almost crooked. Turns out it was an ultra-rare strike. Within 3 months, that one quarter paid off his entire mortgage. Here's another. A woman in Arizona found one tucked inside her late father's coin folder. She listed it at auction and walked away with enough money to buy 2 houses and start her own business. These stories aren't fairy tales. They're your wake-up call. Now let me ask you this. When was the last time you actually looked at your spare change? We toss quarters into jars without thinking. But maybe, just maybe, you've been throwing away a fortune. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? And here's a fun fact. In mint condition, these rare quarters are worth more than some sports cars, Rolex watches, or even Bitcoin wallets. All from a coin most people ignore. So what should you do if you think you might have a 1998 D quarter? First, examine it closely. Look for any doubling on the lettering. Check if the design is slightly off-center. Pay close attention to George Washington's face. Are there unusual lines or marks? Second, check the condition. If your coin has no major scratches or wear, its value could increase tenfold. Third, get it appraised. Find a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Certification turns speculation into verified value, and that's when serious collectors take notice. Finally, don't wait. The rare coin market is exploding. Prices are rising because supply is shrinking. Every year, more coins are damaged, lost, or melted down. That means your odds of finding one decrease every day you delay. This is your moment, your chance to turn clutter into cash, to trade an overlooked coin for a life-changing payout. We're not just talking about selling a coin. We're talking about stepping into a new chapter of wealth, freedom, legacy. You've got the knowledge now. The question is, what are you going to do with it? Somewhere in America tonight, someone will discover a 1998 D quarter worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Will it be you? Or will you let another one slip through your fingers? Don't guess. Don't wonder. Check your change. Search those drawers. Dig through that old coin jar in the garage. Your future might be hiding in plain sight. And if you want to discover more hidden treasures like this, coins worth thousands, even millions, hit that subscribe button right now, because the next $1 million coin could be the one you already own. And we're here to help you find it.